It's pre-market prep at the close. I'm Spencer Israel. He's Joel Elconin. Joel, it is another one of those days. For the past couple weeks, we've gotten these days where, these big red candles followed by a couple incremental steps higher, followed by another red candle. We're getting another red candle today. Is there anything to feel good about right now?
Stocks only go up, Spencer.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Well, you want my redeeming statement for the day, but I don't want to make it too early here. 19 minutes left.
Okay. What do you got?
We did not take out Monday's low.
I also saw that, but
but we'll probably do it tonight.
Then I looked at the last hour.
Yep. So we did. We were fluff. We had a lot of fluff in the pre-market. We were off and running with the Nike earnings. Everyone was feeling good. J&J, coming up with another vaccine, and a lot of enthusiasm in the market this morning. Couldn't get over that pre-market high. And if you guys know me by now, that's one thing that I look for a continuation move through the Globex levels. And 1975 was the high, came up short by 7.25 handles, and then we turned around, and then we got some virus news. And do you have that in front of you at all, Spencer? What came out of New York or study out of Houston?
Yeah, this was from Houston. I guess it was a it was a genetic study that showed apparently there is one strain of this virus that has mutated, or several strains, but one strain in particular that was mutating. Now we have that to worry about on top of the spread of this thing. I mean, I guess this was always a threat. I'm sure Lisa's talked to you about this, and everyone knows that viruses mutate. That's part of why they die. But now I guess it's happening.
In Houston, we have a problem, right? And these things, they're headlines, and they're what a detailed study said. So, you have to take it with a grain of salt, but the market is not. And, from a morning where you had, positive vaccine news and good Nike earnings, things turn on a dime here. But we are off the low for the session. And that'll be critical overnight. 32.1775 was your low today. The current low at 32.25. But it's just a mess. Everything is just a mess today. So where do you the Houston Times?
I want to go
from the Houston Times. Someone says the Houston Times is their nickname, and they said hello from Houston. I wonder if they're really from the Houston Times.
What is the Houston Times?
It's someone's chat. Isn't it a newspaper?
No.
Yeah, it is. It's got to be. What's the name of the newspaper?
There's the Houston Chronicle.
Oh, it used to be the Houston Times.
All right.
Anyways, let's go. Let's talk about these stocks. I know which one you're going to talk about. The one you probably traded 10,000 shares in today, SPI, right?
I could have. I'll tell you that. It's traded. How many shares have traded today? Last I checked was 10 minutes ago, so my numbers are so outdated. 332.5 million shares of SPI have traded today, and it's got a float of 5 million. So what is that? That means every share has been traded how many times? Like 7 times on average, a little over 6 times.
Yeah, still got some time left.
Yeah. So what's funny is I've been saying for weeks that I think it's obvious at this point that we're in a bubble when it comes to EV stocks, but we have not seen this kind of a day where a stock goes from, it closed at $1 yesterday.
$1.
Opened at $3.50 today, went from $3.50 to $46, and is now back down to $17. And we actually haven't seen a one-day move like this in the EV electric vehicle stocks, and we've seen this in previous bubbles, and we saw it in crypto, we saw it in pot. We actually haven't seen. We've seen some crazy moves, right? Nikola, Tesla, a lot of them, all of them, quite frankly. But we haven't seen a move like this, where it made this kind of a one-day move. So SPI, stock of the day for everyone, 350 to 46 to 18 now. Nothing you can say about it, but just wild stuff. To me, that indicates that we are in the later stages.
Later stages, so the bubble's about to burst. I don't know. I think the bubble is just starting to get frothy here. Got a lot of room underneath this market, but I think I'll coin one from Dennis here. If you're good trading stocks like this, then continue to do so. For traders, more conservative traders, this is not a stock that you should be involved in. Yeah, it reminds me when Tilway went to 300. But I mean, the thing is that if you're long this thing, you get this lot at 20, I mean, and you sell it at 25, you feel stupid when it goes to 46. But it's just, I can't even, I am not going to grace my technical analysis on this stock. It is not worthy of my interpretation.
That's great. I like what Second Wave just said in the chat. God bless you, crazy bastards. If you're trading this one, God bless you. To borrow what some analysts were saying about Nikola, I'll just apply it to SPI. If you're in it, it's not too late to get out. That's what I'll say. Okay, that 18, still come a long way from the open. It's not too late to get out if you're still in it.
I had no idea. No idea. Margin calls, people are getting, and really, if you get caught, what if you're buying this thing, it pulls off 46, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna pick this up. Oh, it's pulled back 32. I'm gonna halt.
Look,
boom.
Yeah, how many halts did this thing have today? That's the other thing. Is how many halts did it have?
This is only on my 15 minutes, so I don't know how.
Yeah, I can find out because we have the information in the Benzinga Pro. How many? Whoa. Okay, so the first halt wasn't until 11:17. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7 halts today it's had. Well, that's the
Move on. That stock's banned from. What's the other stock I banned from the show? What's the other one?
Kodak? You banned Kodak?
No, I don't know if we banned Kodak. No, right. Like I said, I hope none of our traders got hurt in this today. And this EV craze, it's just, you can't put it into words. Gavin Newsom put the hammer down. I mean, it's just a lot going on. But let's talk about the Tesla belly flop here. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, we can go there. So just follow through. Impossible to say if Tesla is a leader or a follower today. I mean, it's down almost 10%, so I guess you could say it's a leader. But you've got so many different headlines on top of Battery Day from yesterday and the guidance, like I mentioned this morning. You've got the comments from Governor Newsom in California, like you said, Joel, that putting the clock on gas-powered vehicles in the state. You got everyone's chiming in on the good and the bad from yesterday. And
why am I so jaded on this whole electrical vehicle thing?
Yeah,
I could care less.
Yeah,
I really could. I own my last car. I'm not buying another car, and I guess I won't be Ubering around. But I don't know. I mean, other things to worry about. But Tesla couldn't even get into yesterday's range. I was hoping for 416. Yeah, Mr. A says.
Oh, and they also had reports of an outage today, which I hadn't considered. If Tesla has an outage, does that mean your brakes don't work? Like how does that work? I don't even know. I'm just asking everyone.
Oh, I don't know.
How does that work? If Tesla has an outage, and their cars are all run on computers. I mean, I get that all cars run on computers, but Tesla more so. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a great question. But anyways, couldn't sneak back into yesterday's range, and then just market dynamics, I think, started to take over. And here's the decline. I was the only day I gave you guys and gals a daily low to keep an eye on. We haven't hit that yet. That daily low was 373.30. That was your low on September 14th. So there's my next target. And then after that, what do you have? You have boom, boom, boom. I mean, the low for that little decline, I believe, was right around 430. But 373. Ooh, parallels at 360.50. Keep an eye on, and then 41.51 and 29.88. S&Ps can't handle the 32.30 handle. We are now making a new low of the session, 22.50. I just think it's a matter of time here before we hit that 17.75. That is the last number on my list, I swear, 17.75. So we can't go any lower than that. But Tesla, a lot of people caught up, gave you some chances, man. I think I looked at the 400 options when this thing was trading at 440.
Okay.
And I think going out 2 weeks, they wanted like 40 or $50 for it. I mean, it's tough. I guess you just gotta borrow the stock and short small shares of the stock, and instead of trying to play the options market, because that's just some crazy premium. But what else you want to talk about, Mr. Israel?
Well, if you're wondering, what is up today, there actually are some stocks up today. We talked about Nike this morning, so they're followed through on their great report. Twitter,
Yeah, I
yeah,
got a little sheepish on this one. Oh, it's trading up, trading up, trading up. I thought this was key here when you were holding 131,
yeah.
and then boom, you couldn't even open over that level. So here's one of the scenarios where you're selling in the pre-market, and I think Chris Brown mentioned in the show this morning. He was like, "Hey, what about all the people that are long? The 110s, 115, 120, 125." 130 calls. They're locking in those gains. That's what happened. Not a super bad day, but definitely a major fade off that pre-market high. And we got a big gap to fill. How long will take to fill that gap? Who knows? But certainly don't like the price action off the open. A lot of profit taking in Nike.
Yeah, and then Twitter is green today, up 6%. Western Digital is green today. Chipotle is green today. So there are some random areas to like. But
What about GME? Is GME
you know,
giving it back?
I almost brought that up on the show this morning, and I didn't, because we were talking about fading pops, and I was going to say GME really hasn't given any of it back. It is today, obviously, only down around 5%, but relative to some of these other names, it's held up.
Yeah, $10. Looks like it's going to $10 is shaking here. That was the low from yesterday. Boom. 990, 992, and then you fall off there. So that's the gap area down to 960. But this one, unless another activist comes out tomorrow, we'll see this trading in down. Perhaps see you get traded down into the 9 handle tomorrow.
All right, let's go to the chat. Get some tickers here. Let's see what's on people's minds. We just did GME, so yeah, that was one that I would have brought up this morning if we had the time, but we didn't quite get to it. What else do I see from the chat? Oh, yeah, I mean, Workhorse. What is there to say about Workhorse? We talked about that trade is off. The trade is off. That's what you need to know.
Is it Workhorse coming in a little bit? Yep.
The trade is off. The trade in that industry, all these stocks trade together. Workhorse, Tesla's probably the leader, but Nikola, SHLL, there's like a dozen more. They all trade together. So
yeah, that's tough. And then NIO and Candy. I mean, yeah, good point. These stocks move together, and if you're looking for a rebound in this one, then I don't know. You want Tesla to try and do something. Candy down 61 cents. S&P's just hovering above that low from yesterday.
And okay, there was one actually from Easy Mike. UUP sounds like an ETF, is it?
That's the dollar.
Oh, the dollar. Okay. All right. Well,
it's an up move. After 5 months of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 4, 5 down months, you're getting a little counter move here, a little flight to quality with the US dollar. So it definitely is. It a change in trend? I don't know. You can see that wild march that it had, but it's turned, and a little bit of flight to safety here in the dollar. Not a dollar or bond or interest rate expert, but you turn the corner, and you got a major low to lead on here from last month. It undercut the previous month's low and then got back above it. And working on a nice green candle in September.
Whoa. Did you look at Aurora Cannabis today? I did not until just now.
Which is
Holy cow.
$4. Yeah.
Oh, almost. Wow.
$6. We talked about it holding $6, and
See?
it didn't.
Okay.
Yeah.
This stock had remember they had the 1 for 12 split. That was in May. And we're back to those levels here. I mean,
Yeah.
back to
We, well, I mean,
I don't know. Okay, moving on. Nothing to say about it.
yeah. What am I going to say?
I know nothing.
I could find a monthly low for you here,
No,
folks. Let me go. Yep. You insisted on it.
I did. This is
407. That was your low back in August of 2016. And what else? 380, 407, 380, another month. $4, $4. Wait for that if you want to try and cover a short or attempt a long.
Canadian cannabis is not the story anymore. Okay, Microsoft. We can do this one here. I mean, obviously, at this point, it is the market, right? It trades with the market.
Oh yeah.
But 200. Wow.
Yeah. It's off. This is interesting because Mr. Softy is now trading below Monday's low, right? But big level here, and we'll see what happens over the next few days or tomorrow morning. Double bottom, 196 and a quarter, 196.38. You're $4 away from there. So showing a little bit of relative strength here, but that's your key level here. And if you're a pattern trader and you're looking for double tops, man, did Microsoft serve you up one on a platter. Yesterday's high, 208.10. Today's high, 208.10. That was made right off the open. So there you go for one of my favorite patterns, double tops, double bottoms, triple tops, triple bottoms, whatever. 50%. I'm not going to give away all my secrets today. But anyways, yeah, little relative strength here in Microsoft.
I want to get our likes up to above 300. Let's see if we can get.
We only have 311 people watching right now.
Let's see if we can get to 300 likes.
Did you see that where the likes ended up this morning?
No, I don't usually look after the show.
What's the all-time high record for likes for us?
I confess ignorance on that one. I do not know. Maybe Mitch knows. I don't know.
Are you correct? Says General Joel doesn't prefer to follow stocks under $5, and that's true. That's true. Good observation.
That's true. Thanks for that, everyone. All right. What is AYRO? Okay, not one that we look at typically, but we can look at it now.
AYRO.
AYRO. It's $2.68. This is an auto stock. What do they do? EV, right? They do. Yeah, they're involved in EVs in some way. I'm not familiar with the stock, but it's micro cap, low float, but it's there. No, nothing.
You, Spencer, you could do the technical analysis on this one. If you buy it here, the most you can lose is $2.67.
Well, I guess I'd say like the good news is like you go back to April, really all year more or less. Like it's put in this floor right at $2 or like the
put your stop at if you want to own this thing
180 something.
Put a buy stop at 305, and if it ever stop close only SCO, and if it closes above $3, then maybe you got a chance. You had 5 highs between 295 and 310. So come to Papa, show strength for me over $3 on this one. Really, not much else to say.
Okay. Joel, final thoughts here. This has been another one of those days.
Not happy. I mean, not a good day for the market. We are just closing too close to Monday's low here. Are we going to come in, down 30 or 40 handles? Maybe. I don't think we're coming up 30 or 40 handles. I mean, the most concerning thing is that, you did get positive vaccine news, and that didn't move the market. So keep an eye on that the low from today, 21, 17, 75, the low from yesterday. And I don't have my numbers ready yet for you where I'd be shorting this thing in any kind of rally, but not a good day in the market. We'll see if we can see what happens overnight, and we will give you all the details in the morning.
Well, the difference is today we're closing at the low. Monday we decidedly did not. So
Exactly.
that is perhaps the biggest difference. All right, that'll be a wrap for Joel and I here today. You can catch a replay of this on YouTube. Please remember all the information from our show meant to be used as informational purposes, not for investing or trading advice. That's it. So as far as tomorrow, our guest will be Peter Chur. It's been a while since we spoke to Peter. He's the head of macro strategy at Academy Securities. He wrote a column yesterday that basically amounted to don't be a hero, don't buy the dip. So we'll talk to him about that tomorrow at 8:35. In the meantime, everyone have a great rest of your day. We will see you on Thursday.